Hey, this is Wilson with guestgo.com, and in this video, we're going to be going over compliance for your online ordering website. Now, every single website needs to comply with privacy laws, terms of use of the website, and also, since you're a restaurant, accessibility laws as well. So in this video, we're going to be going over not only privacy, terms of use, and accessibility on your website. We're also going to make sure that you have the right shipping and taxes settings on your website. We're also, after we draft all of these statements, we're actually going to display them on the site for you in the correct place. And the very last thing we're going to do is display an accessibility widget on your site, which helps any vision impaired or any kind of impaired person increase font size, change brightness or contrast on your website so that they can use your website and see everything to its full capability. So the very first document we're going to be going over is actually the privacy policy. So I'm going to go ahead and click open a new tab and paste this link in here. This link is actually down below. It's going to be labeled privacy policy, but it's going to ask you if you want to make a copy of the template I already made for you called privacy policy. So when you do, go ahead and click this make a copy button, and a copy should be made under your Google Drive with your Gmail account or your Google account. Okay. And the way you use this document is very easy with search and replace. And if you don't know how to search and replace in Google Docs right now, all you need to do is press Control and F at the same time. And this find in document little area is going to show up here. And you can search for things in the document and you can also replace them. So for example, the very first thing I ask you to search for is your company name in brackets. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and type company name, company space name in brackets. And then you can click on the three dots here, and then you can replace it with your actual company name. So for example, my company name is GuestGrow. So I'm going to go ahead and replace my company name in brackets with GuestGrow, and I'm going to click on replace all. All right. Then I'm going to do the next one. Okay. The next one is company email. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for company email in this find area. And I'm going to put my company email here, and my company email, my general one, is hello@guestgrow.com. So I'm going to go ahead and click on replace all there. Okay. I'm going to scroll back all the way up to the top, and then I'm going to search for my company address. All right. So I'm going to search for company address, and then I'm going to type in my company address here. And click on replace all. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. There's one more, which is website. So let's go ahead and type in website. And I'm going to go ahead and type in my full website here and replace all. Okay. And that's it. The one thing about this document, though, is that after you're done, you want to go ahead and scroll down and just read it through at least twice and make sure that everything is correct. For example, some of these things that are in brackets in red are not really replaced yet, but it's just an add-on to what you may currently have that's not already included in this document. For example, this says we collect device information using the following technologies: cookies, log files, web beacons. If you have anything else that your developer put in that's not part of this already, then I would go ahead and just delete this. For my specific site, I don't have anything, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it myself. Next, it asks you if you have any other payment types besides what's here. So for example, it says we collect all this information, including credit card numbers. And if you have like a PayPal being accepted on your website or Bitcoin, then you probably want to insert those here as well. I don't have any of those besides credit cards, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these brackets. Then it's going to ask you insert any other information you collect: offline data, purchase marketing data lists. I don't have any of these at all. You may have offline data from, for example, your POS system that you import into the site. So if you do, you may want to input that information here. I don't have either, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that section as well. Then I'm going to scroll down. The next one is insert other uses of order information. Okay, so for example, it says we use it to communicate with you, to screen orders for potential risk or fraud, and when in line with the preferences you have shared with us, provide you with information or advertising relating to our products and services. Okay, so that relates to kind of any kind of email or text message marketing that you send to your customers. Screening orders for potential risk or fraud, that's good. Communicating with you, for example, giving receipts. If you use their information for any other sales, marketing, or communication, then I would add that here. I don't have any myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Okay. Then it says insert any other uses of device information, including advertising and retargeting. So for example, if you do any kind of retargeting, then I would put that here. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because right now I actually don't have any retargeting on my site. Okay. Last one, include if using remarketing or targeted advertising. So if you do any remarketing or targeted advertising, I would put that here as well. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And here it actually gives you examples of how to opt out from like Facebook remarketing, Google remarketing, or Bing remarketing. I'm going to go ahead and just delete these brackets here. Since there's already pre-made instructions for me, I'm just going to go ahead and unhighlight this like by clicking on this highlight button and clicking none. Then highlighting on this red font button and making that black so it looks the same color as everything else. Go down, include if located in or if store has customers in Europe. Okay, so just in case, I'm just going to leave this here because we may get customers that live in Europe. We don't know, right? So we're just going to go ahead and leave this be. If there's any age restrictions on your site, then you can go ahead and put this here. And I don't have any age restrictions, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete this whole thing. And everything else looks good to me. Okay, so once you're done, make sure to keep this tab open, and we're going to be moving on to terms of use now. So the terms of use is actually in a link below as well, labeled terms of use. And when you paste that link into a new tab, a very similar thing is going to show up where you can make a copy of my terms of service document. Go ahead and make a copy here. And it's going to be the same exact type of template where you just have to search and replace these items that are here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and search for bracket company email, close bracket, and I'm going to click on the three dots. Then I'm going to replace it with my company email. So I'm going to go ahead and type in hello@guestgrow.com and replace all. Okay, then I'm going to scroll back all the way up and see what the next one is. Next one is company address. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my company address here. Okay, then company name, I believe, is the next one. GuestGrow is my company name. Platform. So we're using WordPress. So I'm going to go ahead and put WordPress here. Okay, and then returns policy link. We don't have a returns policy link. This is more made for e-commerce. If you are selling like gift cards and shirts, then maybe you want to include some kind of return policy statement on your website and link that here. And the very last thing is your privacy policy link. So privacy policy link. And I already know what this is going to be for both your site and my site. It's actually going to be your website. So I'm going to put my full website here. And then I name mine just privacy-policy. And yours, you can name the same thing. Use the same exact link structure. And we're going to go ahead and link it later. All right. Replace all. Okay. Now, again, this is just a template that I got from somewhere online. I use it for myself and all of my clients. It works for them, and they reviewed it with their lawyers to make sure that it has worked for them. But you should skim through it and read through it at least once or twice and make sure that it's okay with you. If you're okay with this, then go ahead and leave this tab open. We're going to go ahead and copy and paste it to a page on your website later. Okay. The very next document that we want to fill out is an accessibility statement. And this accessibility statement is actually going to be from an official website that controls how accessibility is measured on websites across the world. Now, we're going to go to an accessibility website or statement generator, and that's also going to be in one of the links below, labeled accessibility statement generator. And this is the official website of the people that make up the rules for website accessibility. Okay, so all you really need to do is fill in your information here. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and type my organization name, the name of my website, my website URL, and then the name of my website. And it's going to ask you what standard you followed. Usually you can just put AA is fine. And then what you can do down here is that you're partially conforming, okay? Because you may be conforming to some, you may not be conforming based on the design of your website. But usually most websites are partially conformant. And then I would go down and you can add any other information here, which you don't really have to do. You can go ahead and just preview your accessibility statement here. Actually, you want to go back and you want to put in some some contact information. So I would put the phone number of your restaurant here. This is my phone number, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. And then you can put the your website here so people can contact you in case. And then you can put the address of your restaurant here. Same thing for your postal address. So one is your visitor address, next is your postal. If you have some kind of like different office with the headquarters, then you can put that as your postal. And that's all you really have to do. You can preview your accessibility statement here. And what you can do is you can download this as HTML page. So I would go ahead and click on there. And now if you click on this link, you can see that your statement is here. Okay. And you can copy and paste this to your website as well. All right. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to go to your restaurant WordPress dashboard. So let's go back there to the client site that I was working on before. orders.mrobanyaki.com/wp-admin. Huh. Okay. For some reason it's not working, but let me get there real quick. Okay, I got it. Wrong site. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and log in. All right, so while we're logging in, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create 3 pages, and these 3 pages are we're just gonna copy and paste the statements from each of these onto their respective pages, okay? So in order to make a new page on the very left, all you need to do is hover over pages and then click on add new. The very first page we're gonna make is the privacy policy page. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on X here. If a pop-up pops up for you, I would X that out too. And then where it says add title, it may look a little bit different for you depending on the version of your WordPress, but I would just type in privacy policy. And then click on, I'm gonna go to the copy of our privacy policy. I'm gonna go ahead and select all by right clicking, and then actually it doesn't work on here. So just type Control A to select everything, and then right click to copy. And then go to the page and then go in this little writing block here and then right click and then paste it here. Okay, so all of your information should be here. The only thing we want to take out is the very top information where we had our fill in the blanks. So I would just delete this search and replace these terms and this homepage little area here and just delete that. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and click on publish and click on publish again. And everything should be good. Let's go ahead and view the page to see what it looks like. And it looks good to me. Okay. So one thing you can notice here is that the link to this is actually privacy policy 2. So we probably want to update that in our terms of service. So let's go to our terms of service first. And then let's change privacy policy to privacy policy 2. So I'm going to go ahead and press Control F on this document again and type in privacy-policy to find that link. And now I'm going to add a -2 next to it. Okay, now everything is fixed here. So the next page we want to generate, if we go back to our WordPress dashboard, on the top left to go back to our dashboard, we can click on this W icon here. Then we can hover over pages and click on add new again. All right, so the next page we're going to create is called terms of use. So I'm going to name it terms of use. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my copy of terms of service template that we just made together. You can go ahead and type Control All again, and then right click to copy, go back to the page, and then in this start writing area, right click and paste it. Okay, so everything should look the same. And again, all we need to do is just delete this top area where we had the search and replace terms. So let's go ahead and highlight this search and replace terms and then delete. And then afterwards, let's go ahead and click on publish. It's going to ask you if you're sure, then we're going to go ahead and click on publish. And instead of exiting this WordPress dashboard, we're just going to go ahead and right click on this view page and then open it in a new tab to see what it looks like. And it looks good here. All right. And notice the terms of use is just terms of use. Okay. So let's make sure that we memorize that. And the very last statement we want to make, if we exit out of this page and go back to WordPress over there, under all pages, let's click on add new again. Okay, and this one is going to be titled accessibility statement. All right, so let's go to this HTML page. Let's highlight everything. Let's right click and copy. Then go to the add new page area, go to the start writing area, right click and paste this accessibility statement. Okay, then click on publish. And let's preview it by right clicking on preview page, then opening the link in new tab, and it should be there. Okay, so now you have all 3 pages ready. Let's go back to the WordPress dashboard and let's do one more thing. I want to open up that privacy policy that we already use, which is this one. So I'm going to right click on view and open it in a new tab. Okay, and the place we're going to put this, actually, if you go to the very bottom of your website where it says copyright, the year and your business name, we're going to add the links right next to it. Okay, and so if you remember, the way to get there is under appearance and then customize. All right, and then what we're going to do is go to footer, because that area is the footer, and then click on footer bar. All right, and what we're going to do is click on section 2 and then click on footer menu, and then we're gonna set the footer menu. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on publish here. Okay, then let's go back again, and let's go down to menus, and then let's create a new menu, and let's name this compliance menu. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and set it as the footer menu by clicking on this footer menu checkbox here. Let's click on next. And let's add items. Let's add the privacy policy, terms of use, and accessibility statement. Okay. Then let's click on publish. And there you go. Now we have the links down here. Okay. All right. So now that we're done with all 3 of those things, what we want to do next is add the accessibility widget. And I'm going to put a link to this below as well. But open a new tab and go to userway.org. Then on the top right, click on Get the Widget. Okay. So first of all, you have to enter your website URL. So I'm going to go back to WordPress and then just copy my website URL right here. Control C to copy. Then Control V to paste. I'm going to agree to their terms of service, privacy policy, and cookie policy. Click on Next. I'm going to put the client's first name and last name there and put his email address here. You can put your first name, last name, and email address as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on this default icon. You can choose whichever one you think looks best, but this is a default one, so I'm going to click on that one. It's actually you should choose a size. I like the larger one since there could be some vision impaired people that might not be able to see the smaller one. So I'm going to click on the bigger one. Click on next, and now you can choose your color. Okay, and usually you would want to make this your brand color. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one purple. And it's going to ask you where you want to place it on your site. The default location usually is the bottom right. I have seen it on the bottom left in case you have something on the bottom right already. I'm going to go ahead and choose bottom right, and because that's where people look for widgets just like this, and then click on next. I'm going to go ahead and click on auto detect language in case there are some other people that want to translate using their browser. Click on next. Yes, we already have a statement. Click on next. This is our statement right here, accessibility -statement. Put in your link here. It asks you if you want custom branding. No, we don't. We don't need extra cost at this point. And then now it's going to ask you for this. And then let's just copy this basic script by pressing copy there. Okay. Then we're going to go back to our website. And in order to enable this on our website, there is one thing we need to do. So let's go back to our dashboard. Click on X, and then let's go to plugins and add new. Okay, there's one plugin, so we need to place this in the footer of our website. And in order to place something in the footer of our website within the footer code, we need the easiest way to do it is using a plugin called Insert Headers and Footers. Okay, so once you get there, go ahead and click on Install Now. It's by WP Beginner. Once it's done installing, click on Activate. And then I believe you can find this under Settings. And the very last option is Insert Headers and Headers and Footers. Okay. Then one more time, it asks you to put it just before the /body tag. So let's go back to the dashboard, and it says this will be just below the opening body tag, and this will be above the closing body tag. So this is where we want it. So let's paste it down here where it says scripts and footer. Click on save. Then let's go to the website to see if it's there. Orders, I don't know why I keep getting the website wrong. That's my bad. Okay, but now you can see on the bottom right, there's this accessibility statement or a widget. And then as you go down, all our statements are down here. Okay. So the very last thing in this lesson is going over shipping and taxes and making sure that your shipping looks correct to the customer and your taxes adhere to your city, state, or wherever you are taxes. Okay. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Okay. Over WooCommerce, we're going to click on settings. First thing we're going to do is click on tax. Okay, and you want to make sure that, first of all, prices are not inclusive of tax. Just select whichever one that you did. If you entered your prices inclusive of tax, and click on that. If not, then it's no. You always want to calculate based on your shop address. I believe that's how most restaurant works. If yours works differently, then you can base it off your customer shipping or billing address. Okay, after this is done, click on Save Changes. Okay, then you want to go ahead and click on Standard Rates here. And then what you want to do is input this tax information that you have. Okay, so you can click on Insert Row to insert a new row. Put your country code, state code, zip code, city name, your tax rate, and make sure that it only applies to things that you need. Usually, you don't need to apply to anything because you're not paying for shipping, I think. So once you're done there, go ahead and click on Save Changes. And your tax should be done, okay? The next thing we're going to be going over is shipping, to making sure that your shipping is good, okay? And the one thing you want to do to make sure that you have here is you want to add a shipping zone, okay? You want to name this zone name maybe like local, okay? And then for the regions, you want to make sure that you put your state, okay? So type in your state here. So I'm in California, I'm going to put California here. Then it's going to ask you to add a shipping method, okay? So the shipping method, the only one we have here is local pickup, okay? Because this is for pickup orders only. And we actually rename these to the kind of pickup that you want to put. So for example, you can do in-store pickup for one of them. Save changes, okay? Then you can add another one, select local pickup from this drop down, add the shipping method, and then you can name this one curbside pickup. Okay, then click on Save Changes. Okay, if you want to have one preference over the other, then you can move these around. For example, if curbside pickup is first, that is the one that's going to be selected by default. Let's go ahead and click on Save Changes here. Okay, then let's go back to shipping zones by clicking on this shipping zones link here. And we want to make sure that the one we just created with curbside pickup and in-store pickup is the very first option. Let's go ahead and click on the 3 bars and let's drag it to the very top. And once we're done, I believe it auto saves. Okay, so let's actually go back to our website and make sure that was completed. What you can do is click on refresh to refresh the website. Let's just go ahead and add an item to the menu so that we can see the checkout page. Okay, so on this checkout page, what you should see here is that you have an option of curbside pickup or in-store pickup up to the customer, and that your tax is here. Once it's there, we can make one test payment to make sure that this was done correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the date and time. Scroll down, put in the test credit card number, and make sure that I was able to place this order. All right, and the order looks like it was completed. That's exactly what I ordered. Tip, I gave $127, I guess. That's really, really awesome. And everything looks really, really good here, okay? And of course, we want to make sure that you got the email for the new order coming in, and the customer got the email for the email notification. Once both of those notifications go out, then you're basically ready to go. And all you need to do now is drive traffic to this website, and your online ordering is ready to go. 0 commission, 0 fees. All you did was pay, I think, $5 for the hosting of this website per month, and you're ready to take online orders and receive as many online orders as you want without any extra fees or commissions. Congratulations, all right? So in the next chapter, what we're going to go over is traffic generation. I'm going to show you exactly how to drive all of the free traffic you get already from Yelp and Google to this site and any other platforms that you may have. I'm also going to teach you some very advanced tactics on Facebook ads that can help you get even more traffic to your site and even more orders. I've gotten up to 5 times return on investment with my Facebook ads for online ordering, and I'm going to teach you how to do the same. So I'll see you in the next chapter.